Hello, race fans. Alex Weaver here in Studio 3 with Jonathan and Zach. I'm excited about this because we're going to break down some NASCAR drivers by number. It's going to be an interesting topic of discussion. I feel like it's going to be some heated debate here. But Zach, tell us a little bit about the selection process and how we came about breaking each driver down by number.
Well, this is a project we've been wanting to do for quite a while. And so, we've spent a lot of research, using Racing Reference and all of our statistical archives to really get a feel for like which drivers are most identified with, had the most success with, and who are emblematic of the car numbers that have been run in the Cup Series. So, we took a real deep dive into the stats and looked at some of the numbers and found some interesting nuggets and things like that. So we have gone through, 0 through 99, and we're going to kick it off with 1 through 10 and kind of carry this. It's almost like a counting up, not quite a countdown, but we'll look through the summer just to really dive into the numbers. And so many people really identify with car numbers, and almost as much as drivers, manufacturers, and so we wanted to really look into those stats and use our references and take a look.
Zach says we, but Zach has done 99.99% of the legwork. So, it was really cool to go through his notes and kind of, I didn't realize that he drove the 3, or he's an honorable mention in this and that.
Yep.
And it is pretty cool. And you can kind of get into some hypotheticals, like where do our active guys stack up against, guys that are already in the Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Fame guys. So it's cool to kind of armchair quarterback it.
Definitely.
Right. Well, if you don't know how to count, the first numbers that we're going to start with are 1 through 10, and this group is stacked with some impressive drivers. We have 1, Jamie McMurray, 2, Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt in the 3, Rex White in the 4, Terry Labonte in the 5, Mark Martin in the 6, Alan Quickie in the 7, Dale Jr. in the 8, Bill Elliott in the 9, and Ricky Rudd in the 10. Talk about an impressive group.
It is, and the single-digit numbers are some of the most popular. I mean, for the most part, year to year, those numbers are in circulation and being used, and so it's interesting to see how many are being used, how many people have won with a certain number, how many wins, for the different car numbers. So, we started at number 1, and it was kind of surprising to see that, it had won only, I think it's 19 times. And so that would seemingly be one of the most popular picks, and it for whatever reason, has not had, the number of wins that, say, another number has. So
Jamie was able to give it, its biggest wins in winning all those crown jewel races like he did.
Definitely.
But, it was, kind of thinking back, a lot of good drivers have driven that car to, not have the wins that, say, a 2 or a 3 or a 4 have.
Yeah, and one of the things that we also kind of looked at, when we were making decisions and things like that was, how long somebody drove that number, and Jamie McMurray was in that car for several years, from 2010 and up until his retirement. So, we looked at that. His first start was a Daytona 500 win. So, in the number 1. There was a big season for Ganassi and that team, and for that, we went with him.